Alright, so I know you're probably wondering, why the hell are you all dressed up? Why do you look so snazzy? Why do you have a crown on your head? This isn't actually a crown. Don't get me wrong, I have crowns. I actually have crowns. Don't make me break one out on you. But, I am all dressed up for twofold reasons. One, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I just was lazed out and just could not get my shit together. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing this today. I'm dressed up one, because yesterday was the first day of school, and it is celebration dress time. So, since yesterday was the first day of school, I was like, well, that was yesterday, I can't really dress up. And then I was like, wait. It is August 11th, 2016. You know what August 11th is? The birthday of Shinji Mikami, the man who I mildly stalked while I was in Japan last year. But we're not talking about that right now. So, basically, I was like, oh, okay, I'll get all dressed up. I'll get, like, some, like, fake champagne, because I'm not really drinking right now. So, I was like, I'll get some fake champagne together, and we'll be all dressed up and go purtified. So, that's what I did today, looking all purtified. I gotta go out and do some stuff, too, so I'm gonna take all this off and get back into normal clothes. But that's later. So, okay, little bit about Shinji Mikami. He was born in, what does it say? Iwakuni, Yamaguchi, Japan. I'm on the, Wikipedia page for this. You're like, his nationality is Japanese. They don't really talk about, like, his life as a child. I remember from a couple of, like, interviews and stuff that, like, basically he grew up a normal Japanese kid in, like, the 60s. That he always liked things that were kind of, like, weird or scary. You know, like, yeah, I can see that. So, and that, like, I remember a recent interview, something about he read some creepy story in school, and the teacher was kind of looking at him like, okay. So, yeah, so he grew up and went to Doshita University, and I'm looking at that, not looking at it. Yeah. Oh, God, that's sad. I knew that. Off the top of my head. So he grew up, went through the rigorous Japanese high school system, grew up, went to college, graduated from Doshita University, wherever that is, and started to work for Capcom. In the beginning, he was working on, like, side piece games. What was his side piece games, like, they were working on way back in the day? So 1990, he worked on some Japanese quiz game. Hatena ka, because there's a question mark there. No Daiboken, which is a Game Boy game. He worked on the Game Boy game of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He worked on an unreleased game called Super Lap. He worked on the NES Aladdin game, which actually I always heard was a good game, but I never played those Disney games like that. Then he worked on Goof Troop. So, in between the time of 1994 and, like, 95, they came to him, and this is off the cuff, Capcom came to him like, well, we want to do a game like the game we had out a few years ago called Sweet Home. And he started working and thinking and conjuring up stuff, and hence, Biohazard Resident Evil was born. And that's how I got acquainted with Shinji Mikami. I would have never knew who he was had my brother not walked in. Actually, my brother didn't even walk in. He had bought Dark Stalkers, and it was the Japanese, I forget what it's called in English, but it was called Dark Stalkers and Japanese, because we had a PlayStation that could play import games. And he came in with that, and on the Dark Stalkers Japanese game came a trailer for Resident Evil, but then it was called Biohazard because we had the Japanese version. And we watched it, and our jaws like, are you? Oh my God, this looks so hot. We gotta get this. If it comes out here, we gotta get it, because, like, you can never tell what Japan's gonna get that we not gonna get, and everybody ended up sad. But they did manage to bring Biohazard / Resident Evil out in the United States. I fell in love. I had to think about it one day. I was sitting thinking about it. I think when I joined that Ambassador program. I thought about it. Resident Evil was probably the first game that I fell hardcore in love with. Like, I had played video games. I had been playing video games since I was 3 years old. The first game I played was Asteroids. And like Donkey Kong and stuff on Coleco and Atari. And I remember the days when there were no video games at all. So, but like, I had played Mario Brothers and I loved it. I played Castlevania and I loved it. But Resident Evil was a game that, like, kind of, like, flipped a switch in my brain that, like, because it seemed like there was plots to those stories, especially with Castlevania, but I didn't really get, like, immersed, like, in the plot. For whatever reason, Resident Evil, maybe because I was 18, maybe because, like, I don't know, but it just, and actually, I thought about it, it was because Resident Evil had me going through a range of emotions. It had me laughing, it had me scared half to death. My parents will sit and tell you one time, me and my best friend, we were playing it, and all we did was scream. I remember one time, I thought I cleared the house out of them stupid damn hunters. One came out of nowhere as I'm singing down the halls, running, making Jill run, because I never played with Chris. Making Jill run. One came out of no fucking place, started screaming. Thank God I had the rocket launcher, and rocket launcher did to death. But there was a lot of screaming when that fucking hunter came out of the woodwork. So that was the first game that, like, I really, like, got into. So then we had that. Then we had Resident Evil 2, where Shinji was like, this looks terrible. We can't be coming out with this because this looks a hot mess. We can't come out with it. So we got it like 3 or 4 months before, no, maybe half a year, some kind of period of time before it was destined to come out. They scrapped 70% of it and was just like, no. And looking at that, Resident Evil 2 1.2 or 2.1 or whatever the fuck, and looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I understand why he scrapped it, because it wasn't looking as good. I mean, I know they're gonna redo it, which breaks my damn heart, but it just, for 1998, 1998, for 1998 graphics, it actually doesn't look that bad, and then the cutscenes really don't look, they could look a lot worse, but they really don't look that bad, even, like, considering today's standards. They're not that, like you don't look at it and be like, ugh. So I'm kind of sad they're remaking it, but what are you gonna do? So there's that. They came out with that. They came out with Resident Evil 3. And Shinji started kind of like, I could kind of tell he was getting a little like, yeah, I don't know about all these sequels, y'all, but it's Capcom, so you know. So time went on. They came out with Devil May Oink 2. And Dinosaur Calamity or Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was the jam. They only came out with like 3 of those though, because the first one was real good and it was real scary. It is like kind of like a futuristic Jurassic Park, like way in the future. They need to bring that back around, but no, they don't, because Shinji's not there to guide them, and it would just be sad. But yeah, Dinosaur Calamity. Yeah, more Resident Evil was going out. He came out with Devil May Cry, which I always lovingly call Devil May Oink. So, Devil May Cry was an accident. It was supposed to be the 4th installment to Resident Evil, but then it flipped. I can't remember how it flipped, but it ended up flipping, and then that's how we got Dante and Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 4, but it just didn't pan out, and it became its whole other thing. So, and we used to love Devil May Cry till it fell the hell off, so that was gone. So, then he came out with, Clover Studios came out with, I think he was doing, okay, this is what they said, Resident Evil 4, PN03, which is some weird game, some girl was shooting lasers out her hand. I never saw that game or anything, so I don't know what it was talking. He did Beautiful Joe, and I had no idea he did that. I think something about he did that White Dog game, but I don't see that listed here. Let me see in the other games. Dino Crisis 3. Oh, he did have some. Yeah, something about he did Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Killer 7 is him. God Hand, which was the game. I don't care what nobody say. Something he did Onimushu Warlords. He did Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Did a remake of Resident Evil, of course, and Resident Evil 0, blah blah. Steel Battalion was his. Oh, he was a general producer on that. But still, I don't even, he was coming out with stuff I didn't even know he came out with. So yeah, he was coming out with stuff. Then left Capcom. Just left, signed a disclosure agreement. Something where he can't ever say anything, and I know he wants to probably like rolling nickels down somebody's throat, but he can't ever talk about Capcom, which is kind of like, you can tell me. I swear I wouldn't tell nobody, but I'm like, rolling nickels. I know. I'll say it for you. Rolling nickels down somebody's gourd. He might be a little bit proud now because they seem like they trying to do something positive for a damn change, but we don't know. So, but rolling nickels down somebody's gourd. He left and started up actually Platinum Gates, which at the time was called Seeds Studio. So he was with them for a stint. He came out with them. He came out with Vanquished. And he left there. He went to go start his own studio after that. I'm like, you started your own studio just to start your own studio. Well, if it makes you happy, do it. So he left, and that's how we got Tango, and then that's how we got The Evil Within. And like the DLCs that came with it. Now, I am very happy to be celebrating Shinji Mikami's 51st birthday. Happy birthday, Shinji Mikami! I still love you! So, and that's why I'm not allowed back in Japan, because I would probably kind of mildly stalk him again. But that's neither here nor there. But, this brings me to Bethesda. Talking directly to you, Bethesda. Now, for the last 2 days on Twitter, well, yesterday and Tuesday, I had been seeing on my, because I get alerts for The Evil Within in my Google Gmail stuff. And they keep saying, well, it sold, Evil Within sold enough to be able to warrant a sequel. But then yesterday came the news of, well, we don't know because there's nothing being said that they're working on another Evil Within. I happen to know for a fact because I went to the Tango Studios website, translated it from Japanese to English, and I know they're looking for screenwriters. For what the hell they're looking for screenwriters, I don't know. But they're currently hiring screenwriters. I have mentioned this twice before. So they're looking for screenwriters. So some shit is going down over there. I don't know what. I don't know what they're working on. I would love to be like a fly on the wall to know what they were working on and have somebody translate it because I don't speak Japanese that well. So I would love to know what the fuck was going on over at Tango Studios. But they were like, don't get your hopes up because there's nothing to say that they're working on anything right now. And I'm just like, I know. Also, the other thing I know is they moved. So something's cooking. We just don't know what. So, and I know I've seen interviews in the last year that say that Shinji would like to work on like God Hand, Dinosaur, Dino Crisis, something, and he would like to do one more Evil Within. I keep praying to God one more Evil Within and one or like a couple more DLCs and let it go. So, but Bethesda better not be playing with me. Cause I'm not playing with them. I will find somebody in Bethesda. I will start hoarding nickels. And I don't mean a roll of nickels down your gourd. I mean, I'm getting a king-size pillow bag worth of, or pillowcase worth of nickels together to find and beat somebody to death in Bethesda because y'all can't play with me like this. Y'all gonna have to come out with more Evil Within because they just need some fucking closure. If I don't get closure, no peace, Bethesda. You do not want to mess with me. You do not want to mess with me. Because seriously, I need some closure for that damn game. Why the fuck are people calling me? Pardon. Lately, I've been doing videos and people keep calling me. So, But, yeah. So, Bethesda, don't... I'm watching Bethesda. You better give me some damn closure because I still don't appreciate what I went through at E3 this year. So, wait for it. Oh. I didn't like that at all. You can't have a picture of the keeper up on a board and then be like, oh no, we were not talking about that this year. Fuck that shit. Bag. You don't even get the rolling nickels down your gourd. You get the bag of nickels and get the luxury of being beaten to death with a king-size pillowcase filled with nothing but nickels. Why nickels? Because it's just funny. So, I don't know. Somebody need to do something. They need to... telling you, why Bethesda? Don't be playing with me. I told them that on my Twitter. I was like, at Bethesda, don't play with me at Bethesda. I wasn't playing. I mean it. Don't play with me. Sick of the shit. Need to get the shit together. I need me some more. Just one more damn full game and like maybe 2 or 3 more DLCs, and then we can just let it go. Give it some closure. I'm not interested in like going through the motions like I end up going through with Resident Evil. Praying like, is it gonna be good? Are they gonna fuck up? I'm not interested in that. And I know Shinji not interested in it either. He don't seem like he's trying to make like a dickload of sequels. I haven't seen that man turn out a sequel since fucking since one of them Devil May Oinks that he worked on. And Dinosaur Calamities. I don't think he's interested in sequels. He wants to do fresh stuff. So, he wants to do a God Hand / what I call Creator Fist. Do your Creator Fist. You want to do some Dinosaur Calamity. Do something like Dinosaur. You want to make stuff with, I don't know, just go for the gusto. Because in my universe, Shinji Mikami can never do no wrong. He could kill like a busload of children. Excuse me, man. This recording is a train wreck. He could shoot like a buzzload of kids, and I would still be like, well, he had a good reason for killing those kids. So he's one of those people that get the Achan pass. A lot of people don't get that Achan pass. Somebody killed him, I'd be like, oh yeah, dude was an asshole from way back. Very few people get the Achan pass and like they killed somebody. How do you feel about it? Well, they probably did something to deserve it. I don't fuck you one for me. I don't know. So I don't know, but I love you, Shinji, so much. So let me stop doing that because that's just creepy. But yeah, so that is why I'm dressed up. And I'm about to get undressed because I got stuff I need to do. And I just want to get that off my chest. And I'm celebrating the gloriousness that is Shinji. I should probably play something of his. Ooh, I should probably play God Hand. I ain't played that in a bit. Ooh, that sounds like some shit to do. So, I think I'm going to go do that after I get my errands done. So, later. And happy birthday, Shinji.